Hi, this is Ramu, Associate Professor in Department of CSE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In last class, we have seen operators and operands. In today's class, we are going to see how we are going to read the input from the data, and as well as how we are going to print the data and how to debug the program, given program. These topics we are going to cover today class, right? Let us see. So asking the user for input means up to now you initialize the data statically. Now we are going to read the data from the input. So how we are going to read the data from the input? So we have one function. This is the input function. See, sometimes you would like to take the value for variables from the user. Means this is dynamic data. Dynamic data. For that reason, you need one function, that is the input, right? The function name is input. Input is a function to read the data from the input. Okay. So please remember one point here. The data which you read from the keyboard or console in the form of string only. So this is a very important point. The data whichever you read. So even if you read a float value, even that value is also in terms of string only, right? So whatever the data you read from the input, all the data in the form of string format, right? See, for example, if I read that some silly stuff is a data. The data is stored in the INP. See, if you print INP value, INP variable, input variable, see, it will print some silly stuff. So please note that the data which you read from the input, it is in the form of string only. Suppose if you want to give some message here, you didn't get any message here, right? Suppose if you want to give what you are going to read. Suppose you need to tell the client, some client is there. Just if you give he knows something, the computer is need to give the input, but he don't know what type of input it is required in the client point of view. That time, if you want to give some message to the client, so what type of data is required for that input? So in that case, you just use that message inside the input with a quoted as shown in the figure. See here, what is your name? I'm going to ask the variable is required. The name of the particular person. What is your name? See, if you execute this same function, it shows like this. What is your name? Then after that, if you enter Chuk, if you print the name, again, it will print the name. Whatever the data you read from the console. So this is the purpose is to tell the user or client, what data you are going to read, what data you are going to read. Is a message, simple message. Input is a function to read the data. When it comes to input, input is the function to read the data. What is the form? Please note this is the string form. Data whichever you read from the keyboard to the input is in the form of string only. Please note all these points. Okay, I'll show you through the IDE, Python IDE also hands-on. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next, debugging. So bad name equal to 5. So what is the error in this statement? Anybody? Yes. So as per the variable rules, it doesn't allow any spaces, right? Invalid syntax. The reason is bad name. It doesn't allow any spaces between the variable names. That should be very clear. That is the problem in this statement. Let us see. Month 09. What is the error in this program statement? So 09 it is not an integer. It is not an integer. Generally, if you mention a 0 in a C++, this value is considered as a octa number. it is considered as a octa number. You know that you have a various number systems, right? Hexa, octa, okay, like that. If you represent 0, this is an octa number, but Python doesn't support that feature. If you mention 0, it is an error, right? It is an error. Please note this. 0, if you mention 0, you thought that 09 means this is 9, but it's wrong. It's shown an error, right? So, month 09, invalid token. Okay, these all are the syntaxes, right? Next, exercise. Now we're going to solve an exercise also. What is that exercise? See, write a program. So to prompt the user for hours and rate per hours to compute the gross pay. Okay, your task is to find the gross pay of the employee, based on the given input. What they are going to give the input? See, hours and rate. So you need to print how much they are going to get that amount. Okay, this is the multiplication of hours into rate. You will get that gross pay. All this is a dynamic, right? So let us see the programming manner, how it is going to work. What they are going to ask? First, if you observe the exercise, write a program to prompt the user for hours and rate. They are asking to read hours and rate, right? Please note that in online IDEs or TCS CodeVita or HackerRank, so whatever it may be, so you have to produce the input and output, whatever they have given, should follow the format. So first they are asking to hours, right? You should read the hours only. You don't read the rate of the per hour first. Okay, first you read the hours, then you go for the rate. How much rate for each hour? Okay, should follow that order. If you do not follow the order, you may get the wrong output. Means the data is mismatched, right? The data is mismatched. That is the reason. First you need to read the hours and followed by the rate. Exactly. Okay, let us see. First I am going to save the file. The file name is sample. Yes, I saved that. Next, see, first I need to read the hours, right? So you just use always the variable names is related to the particular value. So I'm going to read that hours, right? So that is why I took that hours. Okay. Generally, if you take input. So what they are going to ask? Hours, right? Generally, don't print these messages if they didn't ask. Because if you print hours and rate in the online IDs, you will get a wrong output even your answer is right. The reason is they're going to ask only read the output. They didn't ask you to print anything, right? That is the reason. So actually for your understanding purpose, I'm going to print that hours. Okay. First, I'm going to read the how many hours, followed by what is that? Rate, right? So rate equal to input. Okay. So this is the value is rate, right? Rate. Now your program is completed. What is that? So reading the input part. Next, you need to perform the operation. What is the perform? Gross pay. Gross pay. How will you get the gross pay? The multiplication between the rate and hours. The multiplication between the rate and hours. When you multiply with the rate with hours, you will get the result. That is generally the whatever you follow in the book manner. You just put into the IDE. You will get that answer. First, you take that hours, okay, followed by rate. The next process is you need to compute what is the value. That's all. Okay. So for gross pay equal to GP, I took that GP as it. Okay. So hours into rate, right? Hours into rate. Next, print. I'm going to print that value, right? What is the result? If you execute the program, how many hours? It's going to ask the hours, right? So here 5 is the 10 hours and rate is 25. I get an error. Why? Just pause the video and try to analyze my question. Why I'm getting that error? Just now I said, whatever the data you read from the input, it is in the form of string only. You didn't perform the string between the multiplication. Okay, you don't have any scope to perform a multiplication operation between the strings. For that reason, you're getting this error. How to overcome this error? Means you have to convert the data into the particular type. Right? So you know very well. Hours is in terms of what is that they have given? In integer only, right? Integer only. Rate is in terms of float. How to convert? The given formats. First, your task is to convert the data into the integer, means int conversion. Sorry. Int. So first data is integer, right? So integer. And next one is float, right? Float. The reason is the simple reason here the input is in the form of string, right? You never perform. You don't have any permissions to perform the multiplication between the strings. That is why you are getting an error. To overcome that, simply you just convert into the particular type, whatever they have given, right? If you execute the same code, yes, hours. What is the answer they have given? 35, 2.75, right? 35, 2.75, 96.25. Is this clear? How you are going to perform the operations in the given exercise? First, be clear with the exercise what they have given, problem what they have given, the order of the data. If they didn't ask to print the hours and rate, suppose I'll tell you one thing. They didn't ask anything. Just they have given input format. Input is like this. See, the data is input 2 values and output is 1 value. So input is 2 values means first is hours, and second one is rate. So sample input 35, 2.75. Your result is 96 point something. This is your input format and this is your output format. If you consider like this, then what you need to do? So we didn't print anything hours like this. See, I'll tell you. If you experience that case, please don't use these hours. Okay, simply you just give that 35 is the input and 2.75. That's all. This is the right way to read the input, because the data which you printed in the console is stored at one notepad in online compilers. That data is compared with their output. In their output, you don't have any this kind of information, right? So hours, rate, like that. That is why you'll get a wrong answer. Please avoid such kind of problems. Okay? Please practice the various problems, then you'll understand the. See, one more exercise. What is that exercise? For each of the following expressions, write the value of the expressions and the types. Width is 17, height is 12.0. Width by 2. So, sir, what is that you have used here? 2 slash operations. What is that? This is called as a floor division. So already we discussed. It is called as a floor division. Sir, what is meaning of floor division? Floor division means, suppose 5 by 2. You'll get that 2 is the output. It's a floor division. It is the floor division. Right? That is the floor division. And so width by 2.0. Width by 2.0. So width by 2.0. What is the width value? 17, right? 17 by 2.0. We'll get that 8.5. The reason is, here it is a normal division. It is a normal division. So both will get the same answers. Next, 1 plus 2 into 5. Already we have seen in the operators and the operands, which operation you need to perform first, which operation you need to perform next. So 1 plus 2 into 5. When you perform 1 plus 2 into 5 means, which operation you are going to perform first? As per the rules of the precedences, first you need to perform the multiplication operation, followed by addition, right? So first you need to perform the multiplication. What is the multiplication? 2 into 5. We'll get 10, right? Plus 1. So we'll get 11 is the output. Is this clear? So please refer the various problems in the Google, and as well as you try to solve the problems which are in the HackerRanks, the basic programs. Okay, which are related to the operators and operands. Okay, this will be very helpful in the future. If you practice more, then you'll understand the problems. Please note that every time if you get an error, please note in your book. If you don't do the same mistakes in the future. That is the main thing to learn, the main process to learn the languages. Try to do the new mistakes. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.